Now, what I've got my eye on for today, so the next 24 hours, is this little system here. This is not, there's not much to it. It's going to come through quickly, and again, not a lot of moisture, but it is going to be enough to maybe make things a little bit trickier for tomorrow morning. So again, enjoy today because it's actually going to be pretty nice. 36 in Patterson, West Milford now at 37 degrees, Tarrytown at 36, Tenafly 38. So is Levittown and Hempstead now 39 degrees. So you want the heavier jackets at first and grab the shades too. By later on though, 4 p.m. temperature already into the 50s. Yeah, we're going to end up in the low 50s this afternoon, and then more clouds tonight. It is after 10 o'clock, really after midnight, that we start to see some of that wet and maybe even snowy weather move in. So I'll break it down more in just a minute. Let's break down your morning commute and what may be slowing you down right now. Adele, what are you watching?
Definitely a few slowdowns. The big one right now being the belt.
Positive sign is it is a sign of spring, right?
I guess so, but there are a couple near my neighborhood. I enter a new dimension when I hit it. They're so deep. What is happening? All right, but we are looking good weather-wise today. Off to a chilly start with Hackensack at 36 degrees, Mineola at 39. You can see by 4 p.m. still some sun and temps climbing up near 50 degrees. It's only going to feel like the 20s and 30s though tomorrow. I'll break down that and the overnight rain and snow in the 10-day forecast.
All right, thanks so much.
Moon out and officially full tomorrow morning, and that is known as the full worm moon. That's the name given to the full moon in March. Yes, also known as the full sap moon. Of course, it's maple syrup season, and we love that part of it. The moon rises this evening at 5:06, and it's going to set tomorrow morning at 6:42. We may not see it for tomorrow morning because of the cloud cover. We'll get to that in a second. 41 at Central Park. Right now, the winds are calm. So as you plan your day, plan for a pretty comfortable March afternoon. We're going to climb into the low 50s. In fact, by lunchtime, already there, 50 degrees. 48 degrees by 5 o'clock, and then after that we're definitely going to notice more clouds, and eventually later on after midnight some of that rain and snow. And for some of us it may be more of the snowfall, but you're going to bed and then you wake up and it's pretty much over. So it's quick, there's not a lot to it, but just enough. So it really begins to wrap up even before the main part of the morning commute, 5, 6 in the morning. So we'll be dealing with leftovers. That's going to be the issue for tomorrow morning, as temperatures are going to be close to or just above freezing. But as I mentioned, it's enough that we'll see maybe a little dusting to a coating on some of the grass areas, and then maybe a slushy accumulation of about 1 to 3 anywhere from Clinton, maybe even Edison up towards Sussex and through northern Monmouth County. Depending on how that track moves, you may see that total shift a little bit. But again, temperature wise, we'll be close to or above freezing in the city tomorrow morning, 32 in White Plains. That will help, especially for the later part of the morning commute with the road conditions. And then 43 degrees for the high. But what's going to hurt tomorrow, after a day like today, the horizon. So we're going to get 11 hours and 30 minutes of daylight today, which is great. But we're going to be watching that system that's eventually going to bring the clouds back later on. So we're precip free today, or for the first half of the day today. We've got Fort Lee down to 37 degrees, Union 38, with Morristown now at 37 degrees, Belrose 39. Up into the Hudson Valley we go with New Paltz at 30 degrees, Newburgh 34, Peekskill, Mount Kisco down into the mid and upper 30s. So plenty of sun early on, and then we'll start to see those clouds increase, but pretty mild. We've got temperatures near 50 degrees at lunchtime, headed into the low 50s, and then by tonight that chance for some rain and eventually even some snow into the overnight. So more on that coming up in just a little bit. Thankfully it's not right now, Adele. You've got plenty to watch though elsewhere. So what's going on?
Yes, so the dry roadways are helping us.
Yes. So it hasn't shut off yet. We still have an impactful storm moving into the west coast. This time it's going to be more affecting Northern California, Pacific Northwest, but you see the swirl there, and it's going to be something they'll deal with for a couple of days. For us, we've dealt with the aftermath of some of those Pacific storms. Not too much winter weather though. This is going to be enough though to give us a little shot of possibly some measurable snow in your area, even Central Park, which is of course crazy. This little system that's going to be enough to do it. But that's what we're looking at. This dives through our area overnight tonight. So it's nice that it's going to be, while most of us are asleep or just getting up tomorrow morning, it does set us up for a couple cool days before this weekend system. And this one definitely looking messy. It's complicated. It's not full on rain or snow, probably a mix of both. And so this is that next time period that we're going to be focusing on as far as forecast and impactful weather heading into the weekend. Gorgeous out there right now, though, right? This beautiful sky via Earth Cam looking out from Midtown. We have 11 and a half hours of daylight today, and we'll get a good amount of sun thanks to the fair skies for now. It is 40 degrees as you head out, and by the time we get to the lunch hour, pushing 50. So we'll end up about 53 degrees for the high. Clouds move in, and then that precipitation moves in after midnight. So here's how we're thinking it's going to pan out. It's going to be a relatively narrow band, and again, after midnight, but cold enough that it falls as some snow, cold enough that it'll stick to the grass and maybe a slushy accumulation on the roadways. It's already out by 5, 6 in the morning. Again, enough for maybe as much as half an inch to an inch of snowfall in some spots, maybe as much as 1 to 3 as you get towards, say, Clinton and Edison, Sussex, northern and central New Jersey. So we'll see temperatures start off in the 30s. We're going to end up tomorrow in the 40s. So anything that does fall, it's not going to stick around much.